I can't tell if the camera's out of focus or my eyes are out of focus. Are you in focus?
No, I'm steam glasses focus.
This screen on this camera's got
That's
so much overspray on it, I can't see anymore.
Well, just pretend that's what you got on your screen, right? Plus some.
Pops was just joking about the pink floor in here. Just imagine what this is going to look like when the car's painted. It'll be about the color of those cabinets over there probably. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. I'm ready for the wrap up here, no pun intended.
Yeah, we're not going to be wrapping today.
No, we're wrapping things up.
Wrap it up. That's Fabulous Thunderbirds, circa 1980s.
Oh, really?
It's a song. Anyway.
Sorry to hear that.
You know who Stevie Ray Vaughan is?
Do I know who?
Stevie Ray Vaughan, like one of the best bluesy guitar players ever.
But you don't remember Green from the...
Stevie Ray Vaughan, great guitar player, died. I forget, plane crash or something. They all die in plane crashes.
Okay.
His brother was in the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Oh, really?
The guitarist for the Fabulous Thunderbirds. Anyway, there's trivia for you guys out there, whoever. Or correct me that I'm wrong, because I'm probably wrong. Whatever. They were one-hit wonder. Wrap It Up, that was their song.
Was it?
Yes.
I can say why. You can only wrap it once.
Oh, boy.
It's early.
It's early. Have you had your coffee yet?
Yeah, I have my 3 cups at home. I got this one here.
Doesn't seem like it. Your mental capacity is about as bad as mine.
Yeah, right. Well, when you only have 3 brain cells, you know, one left, one right, and one in the middle, you got to be careful.
I'm lacking the one on the right, I think.
Oh, could be.
Whatever. Anyway, Pops, Asic, Eric, how y'all doing? We're just going over our game plan today. I am on vacation next week, so we are going to paint this dog. So what we have to do, we talked about in the last video, so we've got to paint the underside of these hinges, because they didn't get painted properly before. We got to paint the outer edge of this trim piece that goes in here, this filler panel. We also are probably going to do the headlight buckets and the spoiler today. We'll see. Yeah, that'll be it for today.
Okay.
And hopefully we get through all of that. So we just basically have to sand all that stuff, cover the car up, and paint. I wanted to show you guys my new filters that I got. I got tired of the Home Depot, Amazon Basics HVAC filters and bought myself some proper booth filters. And these are from boothfilterstore.com. So these are they're called progressive density, whatever. These are the exhaust filters, and I got intake filters too. This is really nice how this worked out too, because they sell them in 20, 24, 25, I forget. Our little thing right here is 25 inches wide. So
Perfect.
Hey, what am I looking at here? Zoom out. Zoom out, people. Well, I just zoomed out. Wow, I can't fit that in frame. Anyway, that thing fits exactly perfectly inside a screen door. So as I was telling Pops, the point of these things is they're supposed to be super high airflow. They're not supposed to clog up. When I put those filters in there, even just painting the hoods, I put 5 new filters in there, painting the hood, they were destroyed. All right, so they fill up so fast. So these things are supposed to fill up from the back forward, so you keep airflow through. They're supposed to catch 99.4% of the overspray or something. And theoretically, these, if I remember correctly, these are supposed to hold 2.5 pounds of paint each, which is pretty amazing.
Yes, it is.
That's a lot of paint. So we'll see. So we'll put those in there. And anyway, the reason being, I don't want to be swapping filters in the middle of painting. And I found, as I was telling Pops, when I was doing the hood, there was so much clear overspray in the air, and it just wouldn't clear. And so I'd have to open that door there just to suck the overspray out, because it made such a big difference having that door open or closed. So I'm hoping this solves that problem. And then these guys, these are pretty cool too, because they actually have the metal frames and stuff built into them, which is neat. That's very serendipitous because my little thingamajigger over there, they're only held in on the outside edge. That's 25 inches wide as well. So if I had these kind of filters, they would just suck through basically. But these are cool because they have a metal frame. So all we have to do is put I don't know, a nail or something there to hold that in place.
Okay.
And then those won't go anywhere. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Not entirely sure which side is inside and which is out on these. On these guys, apparently the yellow goes on the back. This green side is sticky. So I'm kind of thinking that wants to go on the outside, but the general rule seems to be the white side is the outside, so the intake comes this way. Any of you guys that know about paint filters, let me know. And we're not going to set those up today, but yeah, so the plan for the week. We get this paint, the stuff I just mentioned, painted today, hopefully, and then Monday, wet sand. Hopefully we get through that in the day. The wet sand the whole car was 600. Then after that we have to mask everything off Tuesday, Wednesday, or then after that we have to clean the whole garage, and then I bought more of that plastic that goes over the car. We're going to cover all the surfaces in here with that stuff and then paint. I don't know if we can mask the car and get the garage done in one day. Probably not. So that's probably 2 days. So we're probably looking at Thursday for paint.
Yep.
In a perfect coincidence of how everything worked out, it's supposed to be mid-upper 70s next week.
Best weather in a month.
Best weather in a month. And Wednesday, Thursday are supposed to be the 2 best days. So fingers crossed that stays that way. So we should be in great shape for painting this coming week. So I'm going to be posting videos pretty much every day except for tomorrow. Any of you painting guys out there, as I'm going over the masking and stuff, please chime in if you see something that looks wrong before I paint the car. Yeah, so for you painting guys out there, all my friends out there, probably Tuesday, Wednesday we'll post that video. If you have a chance to check it out, that'd be much appreciated. Yeah, okay, that's it. Any other thoughts?
No, if that thing will hold 2.5 pounds of pigments, that's 1/2 pound less than my nostrils.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Pops is up to his favorite pastime. Sanding. This guy done?
Yeah, it is done.
Okay, so this guy is sanded in 400. And now he's going to go on to 600. You going to do this one at 600 right now, or do the other
I'll
one?
do all the dry stuff first.
Yeah, makes sense. Oakley dokley. And we spent about another 45 minutes on this guy. Got it a little bit better. We had to oval out the holes in the front valence here to push this one this way and that one that way. You can see in the front here, this one's sitting back a little bit. This one's sitting forward a little bit. Can't really do much with the hood. It kind of is where it is. So that's all she wrote. All right, so I put the filter bank in. That looks really nice. So one of the things I was telling Pops is before, when we had the HVAC style filters in here, when you turn the fan on, this thing would suck closed, and it had quite a bit of resistance to open it up. With the fan on now, it just opens really easily, so there's way less air resistance with this stuff, which is awesome. Okay, so I am back here, and the thing I have to do here is when I painted the trunk here, these hinges were sitting down. So now that they're up, we've got to paint this stuff here, up under here, and I'm deciding whether I'm gonna, how far up I'm gonna go. This hinge here, like on the top here, is perfect. This one over here, for some reason, got all chewed up, probably from the torsion bars. So this, I may repaint this whole hinge, whatever this part of it's called. It's all fine under here, except way under there. So I'm probably just gonna put a line right here with the smooth transition tape. See how that works? And just paint that whole area up in there. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to sand this stuff down and see how much work I have to do. All right, this is the stuff I'm going to be using for masking my jams and such. I'm going to get a... hang on a second. I'm going to try and get a shot of this stuff if I can here. Come here. You can see that. So the adhesive is just in the center there. So it leaves a soft edge automatically. So you don't have to do rolled tape or anything like that. So I put a strip of it right down, right down here at the bottom of the hinge. So that forward edge right there, the paint can get down under there a little bit. So you can see this. Zoom in here if you can see this. See, the paint can get under that edge a little bit there. See? We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna paint down to, I'm not gonna paint this bottom part. I don't want to paint this bottom part over here, so I'll put some of that tape across here and we'll see how it works. Okay, we are ready to go. Got these guys done with the transition tape down there along this edge across the top. And these guys were a little beat up, so I just ended up sanding most of it down. I've got to shoot up under here. And then over here we have the tail. I got to mask this up still. The filler panel. I'm only going to paint the edges here, so I got to mask the rest of that off. 2 headlight buckets and spoiler. So this has all been sanded down with 600 wet. Go over that edge there. Yeah, so let me get this masked up and then we're ready to get going there. All right, I found a couple last minute boo-boos here. I just put some glazing putty on there and wiped it off dry with 600. See how that turns out. Same thing here, I found some scratches in there that got missed. I gotta stick my face way up in there to see these things, but we're kind of sticking out, so. All right, we are good. I got the sealer mixed up. Everything should be good to go. Got this guy masked up, as I said. So go ahead and shoot the sealer. Looks like I got a run right there. I'll let that dry and I'll sand that with some 1000. Should be okay. All right, that turned out to be a bigger deal than I expected. The 1000 works pretty well, but the stuff's still kind of tacky, so it kind of drags around in there a little bit. But I think this came out okay with 1500, but then I was trying to wipe it off and I touched the rag back here and this was still wet, so it chewed that up. So I tried to smooth that off. I don't know how well I did. I have a feeling there might still be some little craters there. But we're going to go ahead and put some paint on and see what it looks like. I already found a number of things on this spoiler that are probably going to prompt me to want to repaint this someday anyway, so let's go ahead and just keep going. And I'm learning, right? You know, can I make these repairs like this or not? It's one of the things you're supposed to be able to do with waterborne is fix stuff like this, but maybe I need to let it dry longer. Anyway, I'm ready to put some more base. I'll just dust some base on these areas first and then go on from there. This also continues the trend of using way more base than I think I need. You saw how light that went on, I think. That's not even a good coverage coat. And that was almost 8 ounces just for this. So this is going to be close to a quart of paint just to do these little things. Crazy. This setup right here, it's really hard to get in there and paint the back of the spoiler. Same stuff everywhere. All right, the rest of the base went on pretty uneventfully. I don't see any trace of anything there. This one's a little trickier. I think I do see a little something in there. The lighting's not so good there, but so I did 2 coats plus 2 control coats. And the control coats are super, super light, and they just give it that really nice finish that you see there, real nice and even and uniform. So these guys are all done and dry. Control coats are nice because they dry really fast too. Okay, on to the mid coat. Okay, we are done. A lot of this stuff came out really nice. Some of it not as nice as others, but this piece came out really nice. That smooth transition tape worked gorgeous right here. Really, really nice edge there. This is where the little tape stuck out, so if I need to do something like that, you got to be a little more careful, but that worked really well. On this one, not as sure. I have a little edge there, and I don't know if that's because I sanded there or what. And when all is said and done, I'll see if I can polish that. That might clean up. And then on these edges, there's a bit of a decent buildup right there. You can see that. I don't know if that's from the transition tape or if that's where I had the masking tape. Not quite sure. I got a little run right there. Not sure. That could be something else. But all in all, those look like those came out really nice. It's really hard to get any spray up in there, so I don't know how well I did, but the rest of the hinge looks pretty good. This one, same thing on that edge. Focus. You see that little flap of paint right there. And then same thing happened on this edge here. I had tape on this edge, so that didn't work out quite right. This paint's really thick, right? Because you got base coat, 3 coats of mid coat, and then clear on top of that. So it's pretty chunky stuff. These guys seem to have come out really nice. I got a little dry on this one right here, so that didn't come out as nice. But I used the accelerator in the clear again, so it's only been an hour, a little over an hour, and it's dry, which is nice. You can see how nice this came out. Very nice. This repair that I did there in the base coat seemed to have worked. I don't see anything wrong there. I got a little bit more texture on some of these things than I would have liked. There's a little crater right there, interesting. I don't know what that is. A little fisheye maybe. This guy, as you can see, the texture on this one, a little bit of texture in that one. I think this side came out money. How smooth that one came out. I think the problem is here, as I said in the video, I don't think I used that part in the final video here, but spraying inside this thing was really hard because of this guy right here. So that was kind of tricky. You can see the dirt and crap in this one, maybe. You can see that. A little bit of trash in it, not too bad. This side, like I said, is just really money. I don't see anything on this side. This one came out pretty nice. Same thing, a little bit of trash in it, but not too bad. Didn't get any runs in anything, that's awesome. I'll check this guy. So I know that's dry right there, but yeah, real nice. So I'm finding with the gun, the way I've got it set up with two and a half turns out, it sprays fairly dry like that, so I have to go over it multiple times to get a nice coverage. But I kind of like that because that keeps me from slamming it on too heavy. So I'll probably keep it that way. But it does lend itself to dry spray if I'm not careful. So I think like the first, I put the light on the gun, my little gun light, and that really helped a lot as you go because you can see the pattern easier. Man, look how nice that guy came out. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Yeah, okay. So that's gonna do it. Wrap it up here. Actually, one more thing. So the filters, you can see how red they are. Actually, I'm gonna go outside and see what anyway, they filled up here, you can see, but you can still see through them and stuff. So there's a lot of airflow still going through there. So even after all this stuff filled up, there was still plenty of air going through here. The clear was clearing out. The overspray for the clear really cleared out pretty fast. In just a couple of minutes, it was all clear in here. There's really not really anything on the ground. It's not sticky, well, it's not now because it's dry, but even when it wasn't, it was pretty good. I want to look at hang on. I wanted to look at this. So this has a very little bit of overspray on it. This was really dirty from before, and I cleaned it. So yeah, they trapped the paint pretty well. There's just a little bit of fresh overspray on here. And that actually may have been from when I did the hood. I'm not sure. So yeah, those things seem to work really well. I'm going to go ahead and replace them before I do the rest of the painting because why not? Yeah, so those are good. And I forgot to say, if anybody's still listening at this point, the filters were pretty cheap, relatively speaking. They were, I think, $40 for 50 of these, or 25, I forget how many, a bunch. And it was a little bit more for well, not those, but the intake filters. But I had to pay like $100 in shipping on them, which sucked. But so shipping wasn't good. So if you look around, I'm sure you could find a really good deal on those things. This type of filter is very common. There's a lot of manufacturers that make this. And yeah, I think these work really well. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, last thing here, you can see all the trash in this guy. This guy got a lot of trash for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, that's it. We'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks, everybody. Take it easy. Catch you on the next one.